And welcome to another edition of the fabulous show Lab Rats. My name is Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
And today on the show, of course, we are once again going to delve into the world of technology, which we do so well, and demystify something that's probably near and dear to your heart, and I know to your heart, and that's going from point A to point B.
I do that.
Yeah.
I do that regularly.
Let's face it, like technology has come to our commutes, right? So when you're in the working world, chances are you live in one place and work in another. I used to actually live in the same place that I work, but it's beside the point. Most of the world travels for at least 30 minutes a day to get to work.
Now, when you lived at the same place you worked, did you actually drive to work, or did you walk?
I walked down the stairs.
Okay. Good, that's good. Very, very ecological.
It's very, yeah. I was very green about my working experience. You even saw it. We used to shoot lab rats at my old loft, and that's where I worked as well. No, but today, so we're going to talk to you about the high-tech commute. How do you take your commute, however you get from point A to point B, and bring geek to it so that it's more efficient, it's better, and it's more fun perhaps as well.
Yay! I always like fun.
So Sean and I both do it very differently. We use different gadgets, and today on the show we're going to show you how we geek out our commute. That's today on
Lab Rats.
And before we get started, of course, I want to talk to you about hover.com, where you can get great domains for a fantastic price with our coupon. Sean, for example, recently registered what? It was like, I'm a sillyboy.com. No, I'm a dork.com, right?
I think it was Andy Walker's a great big dingleberry.com.
There you go, exactly. And he got it for like 10% off.
Close.
He got it for 10% off with this coupon right here. So check it out, hover.com for great domains, all right? Let's talk about commuting.
Yeah, the high-tech commuting. Now, we should be clear here that we're talking on this episode just about our commute specifically. Yeah. We have two different ways of doing it for the most part, but there's a lot of people out there that will commute in other ways. So they take the subway or the train, and you've got your iPad for watching videos, you got your iPhone, you can listen to music, your MP3 player. There's a lot of gadgets out there that you can use to while away the time while you're on the train or the subway or the bus or whatever. This is not about that.
No, this is about me versus you.
This is about the two of us specifically, and two ways of actually getting yourself to work as opposed to taking public transit.
Yeah, exactly. So we've chosen two different methods of conveyance here. I live about 30 minutes outside of town. You live a little closer than that.
Yeah.
So, but our commutes are about the same amount of time, as it turns out.
Yeah. So I live actually about 9.4 kilometers away, and I'll tell you how I know that in a little bit. Okay. But yeah, I take this bike here when I go to.
You're a bike commuter.
Yeah. So it takes me about 25 minutes.
You and a billion Chinese people. In China, have you seen these? They're crazy.
Yes.
Like I got to imagine, bike technology has got to be like the future's got to be in China. It's like amazing how many people bike there.
There's a lot of cyclists in Japan as well, as I found out. There's tons and tons of bikes kicking around where you'd see huge parking lots here with lots of cars. They've got bike parking lots there.
Okay.
And I think I may have some photographs of that from one of my trips to Japan.
That's awesome.
So that's a lot less space on the road, obviously, with the constricted geographical space there in Japan anyways.
So while you're taking the green route, I'm driving a car now. It's a Honda Civic, so it's small, economical on gas, but certainly very different experiences. So, so let's talk first about, I guess, maybe getting there.
Right.
All right. So, is there a piece of technology you use for mapping or tracking or anything like that?
Well, I obviously use this bike to get to and from work. I know the route that I'm going to take, so I don't really need a GPS. So I've looked into the whole idea of mounting my iPhone up on the handlebars. So far, there's not a lot of really great options out there. There's one mount out there from a company called Daehan, who makes bikes as well. But for the most part, you're not going to find a ton of them out there. So I just keep it in my pocket. I don't need to see the map where I'm going, but I do want to track how fast I'm going. I want to track, from day to day, am I improving on my ride? I want to see
calories burned, stuff like that. Can you do that?
On the application that I use, no. But there are applications that will allow you to do that.
What's it called?
The one that I use is called EveryTrail. Yeah. So I'll just bring it out here.
Have a look.
And it essentially is. It does have a map on it if you choose to use it. So essentially, we've got right here a stopwatch, basically, and you can just set that up when I'm going. So I'm going to click, let's clear, because we don't want to go there. So clear that recording. So when you're ready to go, you'll set this up like so, and then you'll press start. So now you see it's going to start measuring my time. And you see I'm not really moving here because I'm not moving.
Right.
But as soon as I get on the cycle and start riding, the GPS inside the iPhone will start tracking where I'm going. Good. It'll correlate what I'm doing in the real world with maps and topographical information, so it can tell how far up I'm going, how far down I'm going,
and, so you know all the nasty hills on the way in.
Right, and it also has a map functionality here, so if I really did want to mount this on my handlebars, I could, as soon as it loads it up, so you can see where I am right now.
Oh, very good.
And then when I'm done, at the end of my road, I'll just hit stop, save, and it'll start saving. I can type in what it was, so going to work, or if I'm taking a ride during the weekend, going to Mississauga or something like that. Save it, upload it, and then keep track of all of my, my rides.
Right.
So you can see on the map after you're done all of the statistics, like how far up in elevation you were, how fast you were going at any particular point on your ride,
right.
and just see where your trouble spots, where all of that sort of stuff.
That's very cool. That's good.
So I've been tracking myself now for part of a year.
Good stuff. All right, well, let me show you. I use the iPhone too, and I used to have a TomTom GPS, the 9 series, 930, I think it was. Separate device, but I realized I have my iPhone sitting here. Mm-hmm. And of course, now the iPhone, you can buy all kinds of crazy apps with the GPS applications, including TomTom and Garmin. They all have their own versions. The one I picked and started using was something called Navigon. And I'm going to show you that right now, right here. So here's a Navigon, and basically what's cool about this is it will, you type in the address of the destination you're going to get to, and then it'll track different ways that you could get there.
Right.
Now, you'll see down the left-hand side here, right, there's just a little square right there. It says My Route. Now, it could offer you 3 different routes, and the one that you've taken the most recently, it will actually give you. And so I take the same route every day pretty much because it's optimized and it's better than what the GPS suggests. Mm-hmm. But once you choose it, what's cool about this is a couple things. One, of course, I know the way to work, right? And it actually shows me in real time, sort of a video game view of that. But up in the corner here, as you can see over here, there is a little icon, and it'll show me traffic problems up ahead. Mm-hmm. So it'll actually warn me about live traffic problems and actually steer me around it if I choose to, or just let me know what the delay is going to be, and it actually updates the time arrival and that sort of thing, or the time I'm going to get there. So
that would have been very important this morning because there was a huge pileup on the highway leading into town this morning.
Exactly. Luckily, I came later, and that was it. Anyway, so this runs about, depending on when you get them, it's between $60, $70, or $80, depending if there's a sale or not. And then there's an in-app purchase of $9 or $20, depending on what you choose for real-time traffic. And there's actually, I bought another enhancement. It shows you actually the terrain as opposed to just like the flat, grid lines of maps. It'll actually show you the lake and mountains and elevations and stuff like that. So that's Navigon.
Because while you're driving, anything that serves as a candy-coated distraction is a good thing.
It's always a good thing. Right. So that's how I get to work every morning. Now I mount this thing up on my dash, mm-hmm. right? And it's very, very power intensive.
Yeah, GPS always is.
It is, right? It's always talking to the satellite, and it gets very hot, and it'll suck away the battery. So what you really need too is power. And I'm sure you have a crazy power solution for your iPhone, but let me just show you mine real quick here. So what I do is I have this jack that goes into my cigarette lighter. It's a standard cigarette lighter jack right there, right? But it actually has 3, because not only do I have my iPhone plugged into that, but I also sometimes I have my Kindle. Sometimes I have.
Wait, you're reading your Kindle on the way to work?
I charge it sometimes on the way to work, believe it or not. And also I have a Bluetooth, which we'll talk about in a minute. This little device, by the way, I picked up at Best Buy or Target Direct for $15 or $20.
Yeah, and one thing I saw about this that's nice is it has this little hinge on here so that you can actually tilt this. Well, it looks like it's locked into place right now, but you can tilt it depending on where your jack is.
Yeah,
so
yeah, exactly.
That looks very nice.
It is nice indeed. Yeah, here you go.
Oh, there we go. Yeah, so you can tilt it away from the dash.
That's right.
Get into tight places.
So what about power for you?
Well, as you say, this does claw back a lot of power when you're going to work. So in about 25 minutes, I've noticed that if I've got my regular battery in here is charged, I get to work and it's at about 80%. So it eats up about 20% of my battery's power just using the GPS. Not the most ideal thing in the entire world. So there's a couple ways you could deal with it. You can put an extra battery pack on, like the Mophie Juice Pack or something like that. Or you can power it live while you're going, or just hope for the best. That's what I've been doing these days. But there's another way you can do it, and you can actually use wind power. So when you're cycling, you're actually, a lot of wind is pushing past you, and that's free energy, basically, if you can harness it. So this product here from Mini, which is a wind generator, essentially. It does that for you. So when you go through the wind, I don't know whether you can see the green light lighting up there. We've shown this off once before. Basically, it charges the battery inside here, and then there's a USB jack on this side right here that you can actually use to plug over to your iPhone or another gadget. So if you do have the handlebar mount, you can just basically link one to the other, or you can switch it over to battery power once you're done, and you see the little red light right here will come on to say that it's charging out through here, and you can charge a gadget. So you can do it once you get to work. So this will actually come off, so you can, once you've gathered all the wind energy, you can actually bring it in with you and then discharge it back into your phone.
That's great.
If that's what you want to do.
Green power solution for your iPhone. That's pretty cool.
Yeah, and you can also, right here we've got, right here we've also got a little external jack here that you can plug into an external solar panel as well. So if you want to like hang solar panels off your chest or off the front of your bike as well, you can gather wind and solar at the same time.
This is like the Al Gore line of power accessories for your iPhone.
It is.
Okay, good. Okay, now what about if somebody calls you on your commute? How do you deal with that?
Well, there's a couple ways you can deal with it. My way of dealing with this is just to not bother.
You don't pick up calls on your way in?
No, I mean, I could put a Bluetooth thing into my thing, or I could have the headset, the earphones in with the little mic. You know, I just don't bother. I just want to get to work, don't want to have to deal with phone calls. It's a nice little 25-minute reprieve where I don't have to talk to you or Matt or whoever. And
that's sad.
And you can tell when you've gotten a phone call when you're using the EveryTrail program, because there's this little drop-off as the iPhone switches over into the phone.
Yeah.
Takes that for a second, then it switches back. So it looks for a few seconds like you're not going anywhere, and then all of a sudden you're going 300 miles an hour as it catches up to where you suddenly are.
Right.
Which is kind of fun.
Right.
But anyways, I decide not to take the calls. Now you can put the Bluetooth in there, but...
You have an accessory jacket, don't you, or something like that?
Yeah, there's, right here I'm actually wearing,
this
from Scott eVest. It's called the Performance Tee. It comes in a couple different versions. This one is the short sleeve one. They've got a long sleeve one for colder weather. Yeah. But it's got pockets essentially. So if you want to, you can put your iPod in here, or you can put your iPhone into here. And probably not so easy when you've got a rubberized sleeve. Yeah. But you can basically use the pockets on here. There's one here. There's actually one around the corner here. And some models have a third one as well. So
does it have a bum pack for the iPad?
No, it does not. Although Scott eVest does have products that are rated for carrying the iPad in one of the front pockets. So
that's cool.
And they have, of course, the usual line of jackets and vests that are heavier, fleecier, that you can wear in colder weather as well if you cycle all year round.
That's Scott Jordan. He's a clever boy. I see him on Twitter all the time.
I love all of his stuff.
He's good. When are you going to send me one, Scott? Come on. Of course.
Well, he'll send you one as soon as you send him $50.
Yeah, I guess so. Anyway, let me talk to you a bit about how I deal with calls, because being the general manager of 2cows.com and butterscotch.com, I am talking to a lot of people all the time, except you when you commute. But I use this. This is the Jabra Cruiser. It's actually the brand new version of their Bluetooth speakerphone. And what's cool about this device is it has two microphones. So it has a microphone in the front and a microphone in the back. So as a speakerphone in your car, it does some great noise canceling, and the quality of the audio is very, very good. So this connects using Bluetooth from it to my iPhone, and it has a power jack too if you want to plug it in, of course, on the side there. What I also like about this is it has a little button here which says FM, and you probably can't see that on camera there. But this allows you to connect your iPhone via Bluetooth to your FM radio. You know, like the Belkin TuneCast product. Right. So you can tune in your radio and to a channel and have this rebroadcast whatever audio is coming off of your iPhone onto the radio. So for calls.
The phone call, okay.
Or
for your music.
Or for your music as well, right? So FM's not the ideal. You don't get great audio fidelity, but it's one way to, if you don't have an audio jack in for your car, for your iPhone, to get the audio onto your car speakers.
Yeah. Now I got to say, I actually drive every so often as well, and I have something like this. It's from Blue Ant. It's the Visor phone version of it that has speech prompts, so you can actually answer just by saying, "Answer call." Now it's not great in a moving car with a lot of noise around. It does work though, every so often.
That's cool.
So, but I do like it. It's very handy to have that around, so you're not doing this, which is probably illegal in more and more of your jurisdictions right now.
Here in Ontario recently, we switched over to Bluetooth, to hands-free in the car. You can't hold anything up to your face anymore. So, and we did an episode recently about that. So you can go back and check that out if you want to see more on Bluetooth solutions for in-car talking on your phone. Okay, good. Last but not least, so so you've nerded out your bike.
Yeah.
So talk a bit about that.
Well, we haven't just nerded out with technology. I've actually decided to pledge my allegiance to the nerd kingdom, and I've actually put a little sticker on my bike right here, a little Apple sticker.
Apple, boo.
Yeah.
Really?
What do you mean, boo? You got more Apple products than I do.
Yeah, I'm not sure if I'm going to put a sticker on anything that I own, though.
Yeah, well, I've got an extra one here that we can actually put this on your car.
No, I do like Apple. I am a user now, but I will not put Apple stickers on anything that I own. I'm sorry.
Right.
That sounds like a challenge, Sean.
Yeah,
Shut up. No, don't do it.
Yeah,
Don't
maybe
do
you won't.
All right. Okay, let's take a break. And when we come back, let's take a break and see a commercial. When we come back, we're going to see a little segment from one of our Butterscotch shows, and then later on, picture time. That's after this. Now, if you want the ultimate geek ride, we're about to show you a really awesome vehicle that
We already did.
No, dude, this is $120,000 worth of awesome.
Oh, mine's only 110,000.
Yeah, Andrew Moore Crispin, our web editor, was at the Green Living Show here in Toronto recently, and he checked out the Tesla, one of the world's, I guess, the world's first electronic race car. So let's take a look at a clip of that.
Welcome on deck. I'm Matt Harris.
Hi, I'm Jay Goldman.
Welcome to the A-List. Hi, welcome to Miss Download.
This is really our iconic sports car. It embodies all of our technology, 100% carbon fiber body.
Right.
This is a 100% electric car. So there's no spark plugs, no oil, no gas. Lots of people come up to us at the show and they're like, okay, well, you know, they talk about engine. Our car has a motor, so it's an AC motor. That's where our car, the name of our car comes from,
Tesla,
is
yes,
from
Nikola
Tesla,
Tesla, yes.
from Nikola Tesla.
So the wieners here say it's not a race car, it's a sport utility car or something like that, right?
Something like that.
Anyway, it's a roadable sports car that's electric.
I'm sorry, that word was roadable?
Roadable.
Okay, good.
Roadable. Hey, man. Okay, but now we have pictures, because it's picture time.
Very good.
So who do we have this week, Mr. Carruthers?
Well, we have the first one we've got is from John, who's in Naples, Florida.
And he has matching clothing with his pet.
Yes.
Very nice.
Well, that looks like a heart on the dog's strap
cute,
there,
though.
but yeah, it's very
Valentine's.
cute. I don't think he's wearing a heart on him on his own jacket, but
All right.
there you go. Thank you for sending that, John. And John also sent us a picture of his desktop setup.
Hey, ooh, he's a tidy guy.
Yeah, there you go.
Love it, good.
So, and that's it.
That's it.
That's it for today.
There's no pictures of people like driving in their commute with their geek gear or waving on their nerd bikes or anything like that? All right, well, if you want to send in a picture of you, we'd love to see you on your commute, in your car. What gear do you have in your car? We want to see. We want to see you on your nerdy bike with your nerdy windmill and your nerdy shirt. You know, that kind of thing. So send it in. You can email us at... I don't think
At labrats.tv.
How do you spell?
Doesn't matter.
Okay, well, or more easily.
Feedback at labrats.tv.
Yeah, don't forget to send your pictures. And send us video, too. We'd love to see video.
Of course.
Okay, good. All right, well, I think that's about it. Don't forget, if you want a domain, you can check out hover.com, 10% off with this coupon here. Where are you going?
I'm leaving. We're done, right?
.com. All right, well, thanks for tuning in this week. Thanks for pushing play. It'd be silly for us to be here if you were not there. I'm Andy Walker.
I'm Sean Carruthers.
We'll see you next time. Bye, Sean.
Are you ready? Try this at home.
You don't know me.